as part of my work with the Google Ideas team, we're really interested in how technology can be used to reduce instability and conflicts across the world. So these are all themes that are very pertinent to the topic of this particular conference. And just to give you a flavor of like the kinds of work that we do in these different topical areas, we do a lot of work around crisis response. So bringing information to people in times of natural disasters. So if a tsunami, for example, is coming, if you're using a Google tool, a Google product, when a tsunami warning is in effect, it will bring that warning to you across a number of Google products and tell you where the nearest shelters are, or if the disaster is past, the state of the recovery and how you can get yourself back on your feet. So that's one example of something that we're doing that's roughly in the public services space. And then from a Google Ideas team perspective, as I mentioned, really interested in how technology can be used to reduce conflicts in the world. And free expression is a theme that's very important to us. And so we've developed a number of tools and technologies and seeded a number of tools and technologies to promote free expression across the world. And so, you put these things together, and I think it really illustrates why topics like this conference are particularly important to us. A lot of people ask me, and I'll just get this out of the way, why is Google involved in any of this stuff? Why are we interested in this? And my answer is simply, how can we not be interested in this? So you look at technology trends and what it means for democracy. And I think the reason that unites us all in this room is that we see the emergence of the internet, and specifically a network society, as something that could truly revolutionize democracy, much in the same way that the printing press or the telegraph once did before, but now it can be increasingly two-way. So this is something that the founders of Google have been very interested in seeing how these technologies can be used to improve the state of democracy. And in fact, when they started Google.org, they wrote in their original letter that they hoped that it would have more impact on the world than Google itself one day. So the commitment to this comes right from the top within Google, and it strikes me, because every time I think about this, it would probably be better for Google as a commercial entity if I never showed up to work. So it's purely an endeavor intended to maximize the social impact of the organization, and that is in fact why we do it every day. And so with that broad introduction to my team's work, we can go down the line with each of our panelists here, and just really focusing on this question of what are the major challenges or obstacles that grassroots innovators face in using technology to fight corruption. And I'm going to put a couple of ground rules on this. So one ground rule is that we can't talk about things that all organizations that are young and nascent talk about. So specifically, all young nascent organizations, they have problems with fundraising. They also have problems with recruiting talent. And so I'm going to actually put those two topics as off limits, because I think they're pretty obvious to everybody. And I want to focus on what makes it unique. What is a unique challenge specifically in this space of using technology to fight corruption as a grassroots innovator?